have returned. I am back from my dream vacation to Cabo. I grabbed a hold of this guy over here.
I'm back from not taking vacation, but working.
That's not important. What is important is we are all here for episode 145 of the Geek Dad Report, the one show dedicated, formulated, specially created, and to bring you guys all the nerd news you need to know, all while putting a little smile on your beautiful faces. I'm Brian West, the hostess who just got back from vacation. The hostess, hang on, let me say that again. I'm Brian West, the hostess who travels the mostest.
And I'm Ryan Thomason, the hostess that works a lot of overtime. Always good. For someone who just came back from a very sunny climate, I think you got whiter.
Dude.
Than were you
I
before.
am 93% British, which means I put on SPSF 70 at all times. I don't tan. Okay. I turn red, and then I turn, look, this is the tannest I get. That is literally it. Look at that, gold. I got a little bit of shaded gold. I go from ghost, translucent, to slightly golden.
Okay.
So what is that like stale toast? I go from ghost to stale toast. That is my skin colored variance. I don't tan. I don't tell you. What do you want from me?
You're the only person I know that goes to a sunny climate and comes back less tan than they were before. So
my kids,
at least you don't got to worry about cancer or skin cancer and stuff.
No, I have to worry about skin cancer. Look how white I am. Like literally, if I'm out for 10 minutes, I turn bright red. So SPSF 50, 70 all day long, and this is with like a full coat, like 2 or 3 layers. Like when I get into the pool, I don't even feel the water because I've got this coat around me of suntan or sunblock. And I'm swimming through the pool, and I leave like a little oil film, like in the water wherever I swim around, because
a big streak on the top of the water.
Because I have no less than 3 inches of sunscreen on me at all times. I don't know what to tell you, man. I used to try and tan.
I'm just glad that you're back so that we can do another episode of the show.
Yeah, well, I wasn't going to stay there, at least not yet. I might retire down in the southern region, but not yet. We'll see.
Yes. So, we do have a fun episode.
We do. We got all kinds of stuff.
We have news, and we're going to do a fun fantasy draft of maybe not football, that's for sure.
Oh my god, you're killing this. We're going to do a fun fantasy draft, and because we're a geek and nerd show, we're going to do it using superheroes.
And I'm doing research, so I know who I'm picking.
And you know what, Ryan? You've done all the research in the world, and I have a curveball that I'm going to throw right at you, and it's going to throw all your research right out the window.
I am not doing auto pick, so that's
Newsflash, Ryan's #1 draft pick is Aquaman.
No, I am not picking Aquaman.
Yep.
That's for sure.
You've already had your first pick drafted for you. You don't know this yet, but we're going to talk about that later.
Not going to talk about it, but
what else do we have for the people tonight, Ryan?
Well, we have some really good questions from the Faithful 50. I can't remember if we had recommendations that we were going to be given, but I'm sure
I have one.
So
I had a lot of time. I had a lot of time to do nothing last week because I wasn't working overtime. I was sitting in Mexico and in my hotel room watching things on my iPad.
Which is what everyone does on vacation, I hear.
I did it naked.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's a whole nother avenue. So
anyway, what are we talking about? What else we got? That's it?
That was it.
Do we have shows that we're going to do after this?
We should just...
What else? Do we have anything else we got to pimp? To promote? I don't know if pimp's a very PC word anymore. we got things to promote. What are we doing after the show? We got 2 after shows after this. What are they, Ryan?
The after shows, we will be reviewing the ultimate cut of The Watchmen.
The Watchmen. For those of you who don't know what that is, because it came out 27 years ago. It is the Zack Snyder much debated cut, movie made on the Alan Moore beloved graphic novel. So we finally watched that, and we're going to talk about the Ultimate Cut. And what else?
And we also have a comic book review. We're going to be reviewing The Man-Eaters, number 1 from Image Comics. So
here's a hint. That's what it looks like. Look at that.
Ooh, what's that cat doing?
Well, you're going to have to find out. Stay tuned after the show.
It is what you think it is. I'm just going to tell you that right now.
It is definitely not what you think it is. And I don't know, when is that? We'll talk, when is that going to drop? That's going to drop on Tuesday. We are promoting things that no one can see for like 3 days. So, hey. That being said, we have a great show for you guys tonight. I think that's what Ryan was trying to say.
I think we're going to have an excellent show tonight. And I think we should start off.
I think every show's an excellent show.
With the Ninja News, which is always a good place to be.
Ryan, I'm ready to bring the judo chop of information. The uppercut of knowledge.
But make sure you finish it, Brian, with the Cobra Kai leg sweep of learning.
I know that move. That's a good move.
Yeah.
Ryan, you taught me that move.
I did. But we were doing it on like children, so it was just a lot.
Is there anywhere else you're supposed to practice your ninja moves?
I always thought you were supposed to pick something vastly weaker to you, so that when you are doing it, then you're just like totally just annihilated.
If you're rocking your 80s karate montage song and you go fight a grown person, you're probably going to get destroyed. So it's much better, and you're going to seem way more powerful if you're like leg sweeping children and giving them uppercuts. But listen, people, we put foam pits all around the house and put them in plastic bubble. We're not monsters.
Yeah. I mean, they have helmets on, so.
Oh, wait. We didn't talk about helmets. Anyway, moving on. Kidding, everyone. Better not call CPS on Ryan. Because he totally does this. I don't. He does. All day long. Anyway, we got a lot of rando news for you guys this week. We got a couple of things we'll probably talk about for longer than a minute, but so I'm just gonna go through the news like rapid fire.
Yes,
it's kind of like 2 weeks worth of news.
Say, Brian, you're a little bit rusty tonight, so
a little bit rusty.
If you can do this. Just look me in the eyes, Brian. You got this, okay?
I got this, Ryan.
You can do it.
Could do this. All right, you guys ready? You ready? Why don't you keep saying you're ready? Nobody's gonna respond. I really do hope there's somebody in their house right now going, or car, or whoever listening to this going, yes, I'm ready. I'm ready. Whoa!
We're with you. We got this.
Ready for the news. Huh, huh, huh. Yeah, some of this will be old because, like I said, this is 2 weeks worth of news, and I am way too lazy this week to cipher through and figure out what was last week when I was gone and what was this week. So, boom. Put it all together, mixing it up.
Just belly crawl up to the front.
And we're doing a casserole. We're doing a Geek Dad casserole of news.
Why is a casserole like a butter?
Why am I churning butter? I feel like I'm churning butter.
It's like a casserole is like you're just putting stuff into a dish.
Well, I was thinking of like a big, because I ate a lot of ice cream on vacation, like a lot of ice cream. So I was thinking about like putting all the ice cream in a bowl and then like mixing it. So when I was doing this mixing metaphor, and I'm doing it again. When I was doing that, I was thinking about ice cream.
Yes.
And everyone, you have a look inside the brain of Brian West. Ice cream.
It is vastly entertaining.
Anyway, what are we talking about? News! First up, because, well...
That's what we were going to talk about.
You know what? Our first story was going to be something else, but I just remembered that Aretha Franklin died. And we always like to lead the news with the sad stuff so we get it out of the way. So, if you do not know who she is the wonderful, beautiful R&B singer who made, with one hit song, made us all love and respect her. And what song made us respect Aretha Franklin, Ryan?
I don't know what respectable song to use, but I did have a lot of respect for...
Can you even spell respect?
Make me feel like a natural woman.
You may... Listen, all I can say is R-E-S-P-E-C-T. Find out what it means to me, Ryan. Suck it to me.
I always spelled it...
Suck it to me, suck it to me, suck it to me. Listen. If you do not know...
Like, any song that she, like, covered basically became, like, her song.
Yeah. The woman had the voice of an angel, and like I said, she had amazing hits. None the least, respect. Every person on this planet knows it, and every time it comes on, everybody turns, puts their finger up like this, and they're like, R-E-S-P-E-C-T. Shake their head.
Well, I remember watching the Kennedy honors, like Obama had, and when Aretha Franklin was singing at it, she like brought like the house down. I rewatched the video like after she died, and like I still kind of got like goosebumps, because she was just like,
she was
just saying it.
She was an amazing singer and had an awesome life. Well, she contributed amazing things to our lives.
When you were Aretha Franklin, you could like walk into a store and just like grab something and put it on and be like, "Fuck you, I'm Aretha Franklin," and then like walk out.
Are you gonna pay for that? She'd just be like, respect. And it'd be like, shit, you're in. No, she brought a lot of enjoyment to my life anyway. And so, as we always say on this show, Aretha Franklin, live long, prosper. May the force be with you, and good journeys. So, there we go. I think live long and prosper is probably a bad way to send somebody who's already died off. I kind of regret saying that.
We tried.
Good journeys. May the force be with you. And if you don't know who Aretha Franklin is, go on iTunes and buy her songs. What's wrong with you?
You don't know who Aretha Franklin is. You've been living under a rock for a very long time.
That's true. And you have no R-E-S-P-E-C-T.
Yeah, if you've never even heard respect before, then you shouldn't even be listening to our show. I'm just going to say that.
My singing voice is all out of whack. We've had like smoke everywhere in Washington. The whole state of Washington is on fire. And I've been outside working. And like my whole throat's been all like scratchy.
It feels like it was like just very recently you guys were complaining about wildfires. You got a whole shitload of them again?
Yeah, they're back, man. Like there's all this haze and shit. Listen, if you guys don't
light stuff on fire, then
if anybody, we didn't light it on fire. It's global warming, man. Trees are burning down and shit. What do you want from me?
How it works, Brian.
That's exactly how it works. If you guys do not live in the Seattle area and do not know what I'm talking about, if any of our listeners are out there in the world, just Google Seattle fires and check out the haze that I am having to deal with right now. Basically, every time I step outside, it's like sticking my face over a campfire. I've been breathing that for 3 days. So if I get a little hoarse tonight, that's the culprit, just so you know.
Where is the fire at right now? Is it on the
east side? There was a fire like a half a mile from my house. People in Covington were worried they were going to have to evacuate. That wasn't because of global warming. That was because somebody like used a smoker on a beehive and like it caught a bunch of brush on fire. Whatever.
Oh, jeez.
Leave the bees alone. Quit smoking them out. But no, the whole
I'm trying to get all the bees high. I
don't know. We got a whole bunch of forests and trees that are on fire, and like the winds are bringing it down in the valley. I don't know. Who knows? You know what I do know is that Star Wars Episode 9 is currently filming.
Yes, and I know that I am pretty much running from every single headline that puts that very specific thing in it.
So here's the deal. I mean, we try not to share too many spoilers. We're not. If you guys want a site where you're going to find every single screenshot of an actor or spoiler, that's not us. We're fans of movies, and even though we like to report on stuff, we also like to be surprised about it and have a good time in the theater when we go see it. So normally we don't talk about these too much. I shared an article today that I want to talk about a little bit, but kind of because it also led into the fact that right now there are massive spoilers being shared all over social media. I mean, I guess they're not super spoilers, but they're shots of the actors making the movie right now. So just the fact that you're seeing what they're doing is spoiling aspects of the movie that you did not know that was going to happen, right? So if you're like us and you don't want to see them, we're just kind of letting you know, PSA announcement, I guess PSA, A stands for announcement. So our PSA is that they are out there. I don't know. They had a lot of secrecy over the first 2 Star Wars movies. Well, episode 7 and 8. It seems like this one does not have as much secrecy around it. So be aware they are out there and people are sharing them. One rumor that the story that I shared today, I figured we'd talk about for just a second, that I heard that it's not really a spoiler because this was really discussed a lot for episode 7 that JJ did, and that they end up cutting it at the very last minute that they wanted to film it. They just couldn't figure out how to put it in the movie. So I kind of figured this was going to happen in this movie. The rumor is that Darth Vader may be returning for episode 9. What we've been hearing a lot. Before you go, what? How is that possible? Hang on, we're going to explain it. So we're hearing that there could be a lot of flashbacks in episode 9. Flashbacks because they've talked about this movie is going to tie all 8 of the previous Star Wars Skywalker movies together. The only way you're going to do that is if you can do some flashbacks with stuff. Some of the Carrie Fisher, they're going to use footage from episodes 7 and 8. This would also work if you were using her in flashback scenes. So it's not crazy that they would bring Darth Vader into a scene. I think it'd be a cool way, especially if you made it a good part of the story, to show Darth Vader doing something that tied in later, and it'd be a cool way to bring back the iconic villain. But they are also talking about the fact that we could get a Darth Vader / Anakin Skywalker Force ghost that is constantly shifting from the light side to the dark side, and that he's part of the reason why Kylo has been fighting the Force. Like that Anakin has been talking to Kylo, Anakin's been trying to bring him back, but he changes to Darth Vader, and Darth Vader's been corrupting him. So this was an idea that was toyed with for episode 7, and I actually thought it was a great idea. I thought it was really cool. I would love to see Hayden Christensen come back as Anakin Skywalker and tie that in, and I want to see a Darth Vader Force ghost. We saw him at the end of Return of the Jedi, so we know he's around. I think that would be a really cool way to see, a super powerful Jedi who was dark for so long. It also shows there's some kind of repercussions other than, I was an asshole for 40 years, but because I did the right thing at the end, I get to be good again. I kind of like how it shows that he's been so corrupted that even in death, the light and dark side of him is still in conflict.
I thought, Obi-Wan had to study for 20 years to figure out how to be a Force ghost and stuff, and listen, Anakin Skywalker didn't do anything, and he just. We are not going to talk about
original trilogy plot holes. All the people have listened. Star Wars Universe has spoken. They only complain about plot holes in Episode 7. Every other Star Wars movie gets a pass. Episode 8. You only get to bitch about The Last Jedi. That's the only movie that we are allowed to just destroy. Every other Star Wars movie gets a complete pass.
I was like, wait, Obi-Wan had to spend all that time learning how to fucking, Force ghost, and all Darth Vader just dies and he becomes a Force ghost. And same with, I'm guessing Yoda probably maybe was practicing or something.
Well, no, Yoda. There's a lot of expanded. They all learned it from, here's the funny part, they all learned it from Qui-Gon.
Yeah.
Who came back as a voice. I don't know, man. Whatever. Like I said, I love Star Wars. This has been one of my biggest criticisms of people who hate The Last Jedi. All the movies have giant plot holes in them. Like plot holes that you could freaking drive a Carillion Corvette through. They are massive and they are all over the place. But nobody cares about them when you have when Luke Skywalker dies. All of a sudden then it's like, well, this movie's the worst of all time.
And just move on.
Whatever. So, who cares? I don't care. My only concern about Episode 9 is if they bring back... I don't want them to get too fan servicey. I want them to make a good movie. I don't want them to just be like, well, the fans are mad about The Last Jedi, so let's bring back Vader. Let's bring back Emperor. Let's bring back Snoke. Let's bring them all back. Let's bring Luke Skywalker back.
Do that, though. That doesn't seem like something J.J. Abrams would do.
I hope not. But let's be honest. I feel like Disney could have a hand in this movie a little bit more than maybe the last two. Because, we kind of joke and make fun of the people who hate The Last Jedi.
Is this a female character that's not Princess Leia? Then you don't exist in this.
Well, here's the thing. Listen, I know we kind of poke and jest at people who hate The Last Jedi. We've said it before many times. If you didn't like that movie, that's totally fine. I have no problem with it. You can not like that movie forever. But the amount of vitriol and hate that people have heaped upon The Last Jedi, in my opinion, completely unfairly, did not go unnoticed by Disney. I mean, they do not want a fan base completely divided. No matter how much we sit here and say people quit being so butthurt about the expanded universe going away, it doesn't matter. I mean, if half the world wants to make a lot of noise about The Last Jedi, well, Disney is probably going to do their best to course correct. But at the same time, Han Solo was one of the most, fun Star Wars type movies that gave a ton of fan service and nobody went and saw it. So I just want JJ to make a good movie. If the scripts and the story calls for Darth Vader coming back, then I say, hey, great. I just don't want them to bring back, let's bring back Jabba and Boba Fett and fucking everybody.
Bring back that Sarlacc pit.
Yeah, bring back the Sarlacc pit, a Star Wars story. That's the movie I want to see. But, that's my only concern is I hope they don't get too fan servicey. Make a good movie. If that means bringing back, I know you haven't seen Solo yet, so I won't spoil it. Solo's coming out next month, people, 3 weeks on DVD. But I don't want to spoil the big reveal in that one. They found a cool way to bring a character that you may not have thought would come back, which is great. So I don't mind stuff like that. I just don't want them to get too fan servicey. Make a good movie. Don't make a fan fiction movie, right?
Yeah, tie up the Skywalker saga, and move on.
All right. Speaking of things that will never move on, Top Gun Maverick. Actually, no, we're gonna save Tom. No, let's do it. Fuck it, I already said it. Top Gun 2 Maverick has added some more people, and this cast is getting impressive. Not only
it's gonna be Brian West and Ryan Thomason in a shirtless volleyball scene.
Yes, we have been cast opposite of Tom Cruise. Ryan and I will be the next big up-and-coming, flight jockeys. I'm going to be Iceman's son, so I get to be Val Kilmer's. Ooh, I don't know. Maybe you should be Val Kilmer's son.
Yeah, you don't want those genes.
Damn it, I'm Val Kilmer's son. I already owned it. And you are random co-pilot number 2. That's your title in the credits. I wouldn't worry about you dying. That'll never happen. With a name like Random Co-Pilot number 2, you will survive all the way to the end of this movie, Ryan.
I'm very excited for that.
But in addition to Tom Cruise and Miles Teller, they've added John Hamm and Ed Harris to this movie. And my dad, Val Kilmer, is also going to be in this movie.
So do you think John Hamm is old enough to play an instructor, or would he be like an old pilot?
Listen, every single person they brought in is over the age of 50, so they're all going to be instructors / old pilots.
Yeah. Well, no, I meant is he like a current pilot, but he's just like an older guy?
Except for Ed Harris. His 80-year-old ass is a late bloomer, and he's trying to enter the Top Gun program.
He's 60 years old.
I'm pretty sure all this cast, I feel like these guys are either all villains or instructors.
Ooh.
Come on, man. Top Gun is all about male, macho and being confrontational and having rivals.
Pump up the testosterone in this movie.
Yeah, that's what this is. Why do you think they recruited us for our shirtless volleyball scene? And after my week in Cabo and the all-you-can-eat ice cream buffet, I am ready for this volleyball scene. I need to do 3 sit-ups, 7 squat thrusts, and 9 push-ups. Then I'll be ready.
Yeah, that's it. And then your body goes and muscles popping.
You remember the old Reebok pump shoes? That's kind of like the way I am, but with my body.
Yeah,
it's gotta
it would look great.
Pretty yoked.
Oh, I know.
I'm huge. Do we want to talk about the other Tom Cruise news, or we want to save that for later?
Let's keep going with it. Keep rolling on.
Speaking of Tom Cruise, everybody's favorite actor, me and Ryan's favorite actor, our good friend Christopher Reed's absolute favorite actor. He loves him like a son.
He once said that the moment that he jumped up on that couch, his heart fell in love with Tom Cruise all over again.
He said that. He has a Team Cruise t-shirt. On the back it says Katie lied. He has another shirt that says #Scientology, what's not to love? I mean, you know.
I think he got like a Scientology tattoo.
He does. I thought he had a whole picture of Tom Cruise on his back.
Oh, really?
In his underwear from Risky Business. It was
more like, you know, down in the...
Which I'm not gonna lie, Chris. That's an impressive tattoo. I'm very jealous. Tom Cruise with shades and underwear on your whole back. If you hadn't got it, I would have done it. But, you know.
But it's like... It's like instead of that's like his tramp stamp, because it's kind of like Tom Cruise is like laying like this, you know. Mm-hmm. So just across his lower back.
And he gets real meta. The Tom Cruise in his underwear has a tattoo of a tomcat on his chest.
Yes.
And it says Cole Trickle on his thigh. So that's all I'm saying is that Christopher Reed of the Utah Outcast is Tom Cruise's #1 fan.
Yes. He has admitted a lot to that in secrecy, which we have now exposed. So
there was no non-disclaimer sign. We can disclose this on our show at all times. I know that a lot of you people have absolutely no idea what we're talking about. Yes, this has been about a 2-minute long inside joke. But hey, you know what? Chris has been with us from the beginning, and if you are one of the top 5 Faithful 50, you can get a 2-minute inside joke put on our show. Yes. Absolutely no cost.
And if you had a podcast that sometimes talked about us, then we will definitely include you in on it.
I agree. Ryan is 100% accurate, just like Chris's love for Tom Cruise. Anyway, so speaking of the people who love Tom Cruise, apparently Tom Cruise is the front runner to play Hal Jordan in the new DC Corps, the DC Green Lantern Corps movie that is coming out very soon. What do you think about that, Ryan?
I think that he would have made an excellent Green Lantern. I'm very excited about this opportunity.
We are not joking. We actually think Tom Cruise would make a very good Hal Jordan.
He would have. I mean, he. If you look at like the comic book versions of the character, I mean, he's got the Hal Jordan kind of look.
Well, and to be honest with you, if they want to introduce multiple Green Lanterns, if you want to give us some of the other versions of Green Lantern, we need an older Hal Jordan. You know, we talked about John Hamm in Top Gun. I think John Hamm would also make a good Hal Jordan if they wanted to go that direction. But I really like Tom Cruise. And I get the guy's a lunatic, right? All personal life aside, he makes good movies for the most part. Other than The Mummy, which was not very good, name a movie in the last 10 years that Tom Cruise has made that wasn't good. Mission Impossible Fallout is amazing. If you haven't seen that movie, you should. And not only that, he does really well in an ensemble cast, which is what the Green Lantern Corps is going to be. He would make a great addition to, I think, a Justice League movie with Superman and everybody else. I just think that Tom Cruise would be a very good Hal Jordan. If you don't think so, rewatch Top Gun. Top Gun is literally an origin story for Green Lantern.
And go watch Edge of Tomorrow, because that was a great freaking movie. So.
Here we go. Minority Report, Edge of Tomorrow, Mission Impossible 3, 4, 5, and 6. All great movies. Oblivion, I really enjoyed. But to Ryan's point, Edge of Tomorrow is probably his best movie in the last 10 years. Loved Edge of Tomorrow. Check that movie out. But, I know a lot of people don't like Tom Cruise, and I understand why. I mean, the guy, like I said, is a lunatic in his personal life, it seems like. But we think he'd be a really good Hal Jordan, and personally, I think DC could use the star power, but, you know.
Yes.
Anyway, that's just my own personal thoughts. All right, you know what? I'm going to blow through some quick stories. Oh, speaking of Tom Cruise, there was this guy on Twitter. I forget his name, but if you go to my Twitter feed, or on our Facebook page, I put a link to it. Somebody took Howard the Duck and replaced Tom Cruise in all of his Tom Cruise movie posters, and it's glorious.
Those are really funny.
They are. It is glorious. It is one of the best things I've ever seen anyone do. It was pretty funny. I retweeted it and I was like, okay, this is pretty fucking genius. And the guy retweeted it and liked it. And I was like, yes.
Somebody is really good with Photoshop.
Yeah, he was great. So check that out. Let's see. Since we're talking DC, I'm going to stick on DC a little bit. We got a little DC television news here. The Arrowverse crossover is coming up. They're starting to film the new. They've already started filming, I'm guessing. We announced a few weeks ago that Batwoman is going to be in the new. That was kind of the big announcement for the Arrow crossover event that they do every year. Legend of Tomorrow was not going to be in it. That kind of bummed me and Ryan out. But we found out today that on top of Batwoman being in it, and obviously Supergirl, Flash, and Arrow, we are also going to get Superman and Lois Lane in this one. So they are slowly working their way to the CW's version of the Justice League is almost upon us.
Sorry, my dog started. He dropped something, so I was like, "What are you
doing?" Whatever.
Dog.
Echo. So that's kind of the big news. The other news was that they have a date announced now for the Arrow crossover. We're going to get it, The Flash. It starts with The Flash, December 9th, which is a Sunday. It's a special night. Followed by Arrow will air on Monday night, December 10th. And then Supergirl, December 11th. So it's a 3-night, 3-hour, crossover event. Should be pretty good.
I'm looking forward to it.
Has a pretty cool poster. Check it out.
Yeah, I just looked at like the 3 characters, and then I was about to click off it, and then I noticed the Batwoman thing.
Yeah, the Batwoman signal in the background. I'm really excited for this. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Let's see, one other little DC. DC's Doom Patrol show that they're going to do on the DC Universe streaming app has cast its main lead. Brendan Fraser from Encino Man is going to be Robot Man, the main star.
You mean Monkey Bone?
That movie sucked. I like Brendan Fraser and everything, but Monkey Bones was dumb.
You mean The Mummy?
The Mummy! What a great movie. Also a cameo in G.I. Joe, the first one. Yeah, you know what? I don't know. Honestly, I know a lot about DC, and I don't really know anything about Doom Patrol, so don't ask me what it's about. But it's got Brendan Fraser, so I'm going to watch it, because I've already signed up for the service. Woo!
When was the last time Brendan Fraser did something?
I don't know.
Oh, hasn't it?
That's kind of mean. I'm sure he did lots of things. He probably got up yesterday and took out and got the mail.
Like, he got all the way up to the top of the mountain, and then he just, disappeared.
I'm sure Brendan Fraser got up and made his family pancakes one time. I mean, you're being kind of a dick and really judgy.
Oh.
What are we talking about? The Punisher. Hey, guess what? Speaking of things that murder people when they're bad. The Punisher... apparently, he's been seen on set a lot with his iconic skull vest, which is fantastic.
And a lot of blood, also.
Of course. All right, what else we got? You know what? I'm just scrolling through this. We don't have any good news, so I'm just going to blow through all the news we have.
Just blow it, Brian.
That's what she said. James Gunn is not coming back. Disney has met with the director and Kevin Feige from Marvel, and they have determined that James Gunn is out. Which means he's going to be coming over to DC to direct the Green Lantern Corpse movie starring Tom Cruise. Woo!
Woo! I approve.
Whatever. Our feelings about James Gunn and Disney have been made plenty of times on the show. We are not going to rehash it again. Let's see here. Warner Brothers are looking... they have a Supergirl movie in development, but I mean, they have about 48 movies in development currently. But apparently they are looking for a female director to direct the Supergirl movie, which I think is cool. Personally, I think they should do a direct sequel from the 1984 Supergirl movie, which I actually liked. It was terrible, but I was a kid and it was great.
I don't remember that one.
Well, the DC streaming service is coming out soon, and they're going to have an HD version of that on the service, so you'll be able to watch it.
For $75 a year.
Yeah, if you sign up now, you get it for 18 months.
I need to do that.
All right, let's see. Director Neil Blomkamp is, we talked about a few weeks ago that he's doing the RoboCop sequel that is going to skip over RoboCop 2, 3, 4, and whatever other ones they made. He actually wants Peter Weller to reprise his role as Alex Murphy.
I think that'd be pretty awesome.
I say, hell yeah, let's do it. Castle Rock.
Has he been upgraded at all since then?
Who cares? We'll find out soon enough. Castle Rock, great show on Hulu based on the Stephen King universe, has been renewed for season 2. No surprise. If anybody's been watching it, it's a really good show.
Mm.
So check it out. Star Trek Discovery has cast its Spock. Ethan Peck is going to be playing the famous Vulcan in season 2 of Star Trek Discovery. And if that name sounds familiar, it is because he's the grandson of Gregory Peck, who killed a mockingbird.
To watch season 1 because I have not paid for CBS All Access.
It's pretty good. Sadly, I was a little disappointed that they didn't cast Zachary Quinto. I think it'd been really cool to bring him in for a couple.
Awesome.
Yeah, a couple episodes, but sounds like they want to keep this universe separate, which is weird because really, if you've seen Discovery, it very much fits into the Kelvin universe line of Star Trek. But hey, whatever. What do I know? Let's see what else here. Ben Affleck, unfortunately, has entered rehab again, so Batman, there are doubts of when the Batman movie is going to film. I don't have anything to say other than hopefully, Ben, you get
better
life together, man. That sucks. No jokes. Rehab sucks. Well, going to rehab is great. Any kind of addiction sucks. So,
as I say to anybody that acknowledges that, I hope you get better. So,
yep. Let's see here. USA has ordered the Bourne TV series Treadstone. It's if you're familiar with the Bourne series, that is the program that made Jason Bourne. This, however, will not have Jason Bourne in it. So this is another one of those TV shows like Gotham where you're like, let's do everything about that one guy we like, but we're not going to put that one guy we like in it.
That always works, I guess.
Yeah. 9 times out of 10, or what is it? What are they saying? Hang on. 30% of the time, it works 100% of the time.
So I was getting text messages from my wife.
What?
So I was getting a text message from my wife.
Was it a sexy message?
She's not at home right now, but she is out drinking, and I'm getting some drunk messages.
Oh, are they sexy drunk messages?
I all of a sudden disconnect.
Fuck you. You were not going to end this show because your wife sent you pictures of her boobs. You're gonna hang on and just deal with it.
No, this is...
You will hang on and you will deal with this.
DEFCON 5 to DEFCON 1. And
You'll be DEFCON fucking fired if you
Ryan's got to blow.
I bet you do. Well, I guess we better hurry up with the news. Jesus. Christian Slater apparently believes Mr. Robot will come to an end after the next season, which I think is bullshit because that show's fantastic. But it would actually make sense.
I still gotta watch season 3.
So good. Speaking of things that are really good, The Watchmen has been given a series order at HBO. So they did the pilot. Apparently they loved it so much they put this thing to full season. It's got a huge cast list. I'm not going to read them off because Ryan may leave because his wife's sending him boob pictures.
Getting rid of Game of Thrones. You need a substitute.
Yeah, so we're going to have more Westworld. We're going to have Watchmen. We're going to get Game of Thrones prequels. HBO is really upping their content. See, Ryan Reynolds wants Hugh Jackman to be in X-Force, which is not a surprise. He's long been said that he wants Wolverine in it. But here's the twist. He does not want Hugh Jackman to play Wolverine in the X-Force movie. He wants Hugh Jackman to play Hugh Jackman in the X-Force movie. I fucking love this idea.
Tony-winning actor.
I do have...
You have to do like a musical scene.
I was going to say, I do...
Jackman doing a musical.
I have one request. That there is a musical number in this that Hugh Jackman busts into song and dance.
What song should it be?
It's going to be an original one called If Only I Was a Wolverine.
He should do Ashes song from the second movie.
Oh my god, that would be great. Especially if Celine Dion showed back up.
Yeah. She's doing backup. And
okay.
Hugh Jackman's on the lead.
make this happen. Somebody, Fox, Disney, whoever, make Hugh Jackman sign up for this. And then at the very end of the movie, you actually are Wolverine. And then you pop your claws only at the end. It'd be fantastic. Will Smith apparently is going to delay Suicide Squad 2. I know everyone was really excited for the sequel. But we're going to have to wait for a while because he's going to be shooting the excellent films Bad Boys 3 and Bright 2 over the next year. So
I'm looking forward to all of it.
Nothing to say. Speaking of Wolverine and Deadpool a minute ago, I should have led with this a second ago. Apparently rumors are coming out that part of the reason why Deadpool 2's original budget was much higher under Tim Miller as director was because he wanted the Fantastic Four to be included in Deadpool 2.
It probably would have been better than the X-Men. Because
you haven't seen? Have you seen Deadpool 2 yet?
More than the X-Men.
Yes. Have you seen Deadpool 2 yet?
Yeah.
I think the movie could have been better with Fantastic Four in it, to be honest with you. I think it would have been great.
He would have been making fun of the Thing. And I think it would have been really, really good.
Especially if they managed to get Chris Evans to play Johnny Storm. Oh my God. Make this. Oh, now, you know what? I don't want to talk about a movie that I'd rather see. Apparently, if you're big fans of Buffy and Firefly and Dark Horse, they've been continuing the story in those comic books for years. Apparently, they're coming to an end. Dark Horse Comics is losing their rights to make those comics, so it sounds like I don't know where their new home's going to be or if they're going to have one, but
well, they've been doing a lot of the Buffy comics, but the Firefly stuff has just been kind of like they do like 2 or 3 and then it stops and then
I'm honestly
another thing for like 2 issues and then it's done. So like the Firefly, I'm not like really too upset about just because they were never really consistent with it.
I really enjoyed both those shows, but I honestly never got into the comic books, so I don't really care. Okay, and we're up against the clock, so last couple stories I'm going to do real fast. So Idris Elba was apparently in the running, rumored to be in the running to be the next James Bond. The nice thing about being gone for 2 weeks is you get rumors, then unconfirmed, and then real stories that come out in that short time frame. So apparently Idris Elba came out and said he's not going to be the bomb. He's always the bomb, but he's not going to be the next James Bond. That was just a rumor. It's not going to happen. And then it came out that Danny Boyle has decided to leave the movie James Bond, I think 25, over creative differences, which God, who knows what that's for. So right now, James Bond, we know 2 things. 1, it needs a director, and 2, the next one is not going to be Idris Elba, which sucks.
I just want more James Bond. I don't care.
Yeah, that's true.
What they have to do to figure their shit out, just more James Bond.
Well, there's been a long rumor that Christopher Nolan has been interested in directing a James Bond. So I say, you know what? Let him direct one. See what happens. Netflix apparently is... Oh, do you have something else you want to say about Bond?
No, I'm good.
Netflix apparently has been toying with the idea of doing ads between episodes. So, like, before it goes right to the next episode, you get a 30-second promo. People are all pissed and butthurt about this. Here's the thing. The rumor is that the ads will be commercials for their own content. I actually would like this because I never know what's coming up on Netflix.
Well, I'll be sitting there, and then all of a sudden there'll be like 3 new things that are showing up, and they're from a month ago.
Yeah.
And they're just now like hitting my, algorithm or whatever the shit is.
Well, exactly.
Yes.
Well, like for instance, Iron Fist Season 2 drops in like 2 weeks, and I didn't even realize it. So I would be okay with Netflix as long as it's their own commercials and they give you the option to skip in case you've already seen it.
Yes.
One of my biggest problems with Hulu, like I've been watching Castle Rock. I've seen the same trailer for Predator 32 times on Hulu. I would like to skip it. I really want to see that movie, but I'm really tired of seeing that trailer.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind having like a commercial after an episode. I mean,
if it's
eat like a breather.
Listen, if it's a couple 30-second trailers of upcoming shows that they have, I'm totally fine with that. And I think people need to stop whining and just be like okay with it. I'm sure they'll give you the option to skip it. But honestly, like I said, as long as it's their own content. I don't want to see ads for toilet paper. I get that when I watch regular TV. I don't need to see it on Netflix. But speaking of Netflix, real quick, last couple stories. Glow has been renewed for season 3, the Glorious Ladies of Wrestling. Apparently it's a really good show. Me and Ryan have talked many times about starting watching it, so I think we're going to try and give this a watch. Maybe we'll give you guys a review for anybody else who hasn't seen it. But everybody when we posted the story, lots of people said it's a great show and that we should be watching it. So maybe we'll try and check that out. And lastly, a little fun story before we get into our NFL fantasy comic book draft. Winona Ryder, and a little tidbit came out that Winona Ryder and Keanu Reeves are probably married, and they've probably been married since they made Dracula in 1992. So, fun fact.
Wait, they've been married this whole time?
So, have you seen Dracula?
Yes, but I don't have a lot of memories of it.
So, in Dracula, I forget, one of them gets sick, and so they decide to have a hurry married. They're supposed to get married, and Dracula falls in love with Winona Ryder. And anyway, long story short, Dracula tries to woo her, and she says, you know what, I'm going to marry Keanu Reeves now because I love him. And so they rush him to a ceremony in private, and they get married, and breaks Dracula's heart, and he loses his mind. It's a pretty good movie. I think it's Francis Ford Coppola as the director. And it's kind of weird, kind of crazy. Came out in the early 90s, had a bunch of sex, and but it was a good movie. And so apparently Francis Ford Coppola made an actual ordained minister marry them on set. I think it's Hungary is where they filmed it. So he was a real minister, and they actually said wedding vows, and he pronounced them man and wife. So a lot of people think that technically in Hungary, they're actually married.
I would kind of have to agree with that. I mean, go
ahead.
I mean, you're doing all this stuff that technically makes you married within the Christian religion.
So let's be honest. In the eyes of God, they're married.
Enjoy that. All that. How's that marriage been going?
Well, she's married to somebody else, so I don't think that's going well. But anyway, I just think, you know what? There's always so much negative news out there. I thought that was a fun story that came out this week that made me laugh. So I figured we'd share it on the show.
You're like, shit, I've been married to Winona Ryder this whole time?
Yeah.
Damn.
He's like, I better get some of that Stranger Things money. And she's like, I better get some of that Matrix money.
Yeah.
And Keanu Reeves said, who's this? Hangs up.
I didn't even get to consummate the marriage.
As far as you know. All I want to know is if when he heard this news, if he goes, whoa. Yeah. I can't do it the way he does it, but you know what I'm talking about. The Bill and Ted, excellent. Whoa. Yeah. Whoa. All right. Anyway, enough wowing. All right. That is the news for tonight.
I think we did a good job.
We did a good job. So, Faithful 50. We had some really good questions tonight, and we had one question that was posed to us yesterday that we thought was a lot of fun, especially with the NFL football season coming. So how do we want to do this? Do we want to answer all the questions first and then do that one last, or do you just want to hit that one first and then answer the rest?
I have that one up right now, so we can either do it right now or we can do the Faithful 50.
All right, let's do that one we'll just make it part of the Faithful 50. So, that's the news. I lost my segment. All right, so we're about to do the Faithful 50 from the Faithful 50. You guys do not know what that is. Every week we post a question asking you guys. We post a post. Put up a goddamn, I can't speak. Let me start this again. All right, that's all the news we got. All right, on to the from the Faithful 50. If you do not know what that is and you are new to the show, take two. Every week Ryan puts up a glorious post from usually using a movie picture from the past, something that we enjoy very much. This week he did a glorious post of Billy Madison with a happy face on his nipples. And we asked you guys to give us questions. Basically, we're lazy and we want you to help us direct the show in a fun direction. So we asked you guys for anything you want us to answer, and usually every week you guys come with something really great. This week is no exception. Ryan. In fact, we had one question that was amazing. So, Ryan, would you like to read that question right now?
We're going to start off with that one.
That's what you said like a minute ago.
The superhero one?
Yeah. Well, did you want to start or end with it? Make a decision.
So, he, David,
good friend of the show, David.
Good friend of the show, David, had a very splendid idea.
Yes, he did.
And his idea was that we need to have an NFL-style draft for superheroes.
Yes.
But there were some...
an NFL fantasy football style draft.
Yes. But
we're not going to draft a 53-man roster.
So you pick a character, they're off the board.
Yes.
You don't get it. It needs to be one hero from Marvel, one hero from DC, one has to be female, one has to be male, and you get 7 total for your team.
All right.
And we got to do paper, rock, scissors to find out who the best out of 1.
Yeah, we'll do best out of 1 to see who goes first. Okay, so real quick, if you're not familiar with fantasy football, basically what happens is in fantasy football, everybody has a team, and you usually pick positions to fill. So usually in fantasy, so what should we do? So we got 7 positions. So what do you say we do? 1 quarterback, 1 tight end, 2 running backs, and 3 receivers. Oh, no. 2 receivers and a kicker. Is that right? So quarterback, tight end, 2 running backs, 2 receivers, and a kicker. Okay, there we go. So 2 running backs, 2 receivers. Or would you do? You want to do 1 running back or 2?
Have a defense.
Oh, okay, we can do a defense. So you want to do? Let's go 1 running back, 2 receivers. Well, you can't do a defense because it's either what, Avengers or Justice League. I mean, that's your defense.
I know who I want for my
defense. So we'll go. How about this? We'll go 1 defensive player. So let's go quarterback, tight end, running back, 2 receivers, kicker, and do 1 defensive player.
Okay.
All right. And we're going to throw 1 more in there, David, because it was such a great question. We were also going to pick a head coach.
Yes. Yeah, I probably should have got some paper so we could write down.
No, I'll remember. So,
okay.
So anyway, so what will happen is Ryan's going to make a pick, or I'll make a pick, and then once we've selected that player is no longer available, and we must state what position that player plays so we can, keep filling out our rosters. So, all right, that is the rules. And David, this is a great question, and me and Ryan were very excited for this. So in the spirit of the NFL coming, we're very happy to play your game. Thank you. And if you guys want to play along at home, we'd love to hear your rosters in the comments below. Let us know. First of all, who has the better team? I'm going to say mine's going to be the better team already. I haven't even picked it yet, but I would like to know. We want to know 2 things from you guys. 1, who is the better team between me and Ryan? And 2, who is your team?
Yes, and I will admit Brian does have vastly more comic book knowledge. So,
all right, you ready?
Yep. All right. Paper, rock, scissors, shoot. That's how you do it.
So I go 1, 2, 3, and then draw.
Okay. All right.
Ready? 1, 2. Yeah, you ready?
There's like a leg. You're saying 1, and then your arm's like.
Okay.
Still stuttering up here.
Well, just tell me when you're ready to go.
I'm ready to go.
Okay. 1. Saying, what do you go? You go rock, paper. Okay, so ready. We'll do rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Ready? Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Damn it. You go first.
You bounce off of a rock, and then you're like, oh.
Scissors. I did paper. I said you go first.
No, it's fine. You can go first.
Stop crying. You won. I had paper. You had scissors.
Oh, I wasn't paying attention.
All right, Ryan's first.
So, my first pick, I'm going to go with not just Superman, but Superman Prime, who was a Superman that spent 15,000 years in the heart of our sun, and then he came out, and he's basically even
shut
more.
Up. You picked Superman as what position?
No, my quarterback, obviously.
All right, fine. My turn. I pick, because we're doing what? We're doing, how many running backs are we doing? We're doing 1 or 2?
1.
1 running back? All right. As my running back, I'm going to pick, God, I have a better pick, but, I'm going to go the Flash.
You're going to go Flash? Okay, I see where you're going with this. So you're going for speed on that.
I had a power running back, but I decided to go Flash. You know, I like to change my mind. As my running back, as one of my wide receivers, I'm going to go.
You already made your pick.
All right, fine. I'm going to go Flash as my running back.
Seahawks don't go. We
Shut up and make your next pick.
I'm going to go with the way that I like to play. I like to go all straight up power running. And so I'm going to go with the Juggernaut.
That was my pick. I was thinking Juggernaut, but I was like, because once you start with the Juggernaut, you can't stop, but nobody can catch the Flash, so touchdown all day. All right, since you've already selected your quarterback, I'm going to go with, as my wide receiver, I am going to go with my first wide receiver. I'm going to go with Mr. Fantastic.
He doesn't even run. He just stretches his arms out.
That is how it rolls, Ryan. All right, so you got the Juggernaut and Superman. So you're going with the steroid, all steroid team. All right, who do you got next?
I'm going to put it straight up. Let's see. I need two wide receivers, a defense, and a kicker. See, I'm going to go for one of my other wide receivers. I'll go with Captain Marvel. Because I need a female and a Marvel.
All right, that's true.
So.
All right. Well, that leaves me some options. All right, so you've taken well, let's see here. I'm going to, because I want to take her off the board now. I don't want to deal with it. I'm going to take Wonder Woman as... let's see. I'm going to take Wonder Woman as my other receiver.
Okay. So you still need a quarterback, a defense, and a kicker.
I need a quarterback, a kicker, a defense, and a tight end.
Tight end. I know who I want for my tight end. I want Deadpool as my tight end.
All right. Good. I select Thor as my...
he does. He just doesn't even play. He just stands there and just flexes.
I select Thor as my tight end.
That's always a good one.
All right. So what do you got?
All right. Let's see. So you need
a defense, a kicker,
and another wide receiver. A wide receiver. I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go with Hulk for my defense.
You're gonna go Hulk as a wide receiver?
No, I said defense.
Oh, god damn it. That was my pick. You fucker. Alright. You know what? Fuck
Hulk
you. I am going with Galactus as my defense.
You're going with who?
I'm going with Galactus as my defense.
Oh yeah, I forgot we could do everyone.
Suck it.
No, he's ginormous.
Well, that's my defense. Eat it.
That's a tough defense, even with the team that I'm putting together.
Yeah, suck it, fucker.
Let's see. So I need a kicker and a wide receiver.
Yep.
I'm going to go with my second wide receiver, opposite of Captain Marvel. See, all the movies are stuck in my head, so I'm trying to think outside of the movie universe. I'll go with Phoenix Force as my other wide receiver.
Oh, so now we're going galactic powers. Fine, I'm going with Thanos as my kicker. Eat a dick.
He just snaps his fingers. He doesn't even kick the ball. He just snaps his fingers.
He snaps the fingers, and the entire team loses.
Half my team. I don't lose my entire team.
Yeah, good point. All right. Who is your final player? So you need a kicker, and I need a quarterback.
I need a kicker. Someone whose sole job is to do the most boring thing. I'll go with... I think that Aquaman would probably be a really good kicker.
Be a great kicker. All right.
Yeah, he's the guy that everybody bring him out now. Let him have.
All right. And so I need to pick a quarterback. So I can't think of anything more all-American, smart, good at strategy, rocket cannon arm.
Winter Soldier?
Captain America as my quarterback. I mean, come on.
I thought you were going to go with Winter Soldier on that one.
Why would I pick Winter Soldier over Captain America? It's Captain America. If anybody was meant to play quarterback on my team, it's Captain America.
All right, so I had Superman as my quarterback.
Now we got to pick coaches.
We got to pick what?
Coaches. Who's your coach?
Oh my God, who's my coach?
Who's your coach for your crappy steroid team?
I'm trying to think of a good coach. I'm going to go with Wolverine.
That fits. I'm going to pick Professor X.
On the sideline and just yell at everybody.
I'm taking Professor X because he's going to mind read everyone's play and know what's going on. Yes!
I was going to do that.
All right, so here we go. Everybody, we got to know Ryan's team of Superman.
Right. And I'm going to call my team is the Big Bruising Squad.
Mine is the Sex Destroyers. Oh, okay. So Ryan's team of what? Name your team.
So Superman, my quarterback. Juggernaut, my running back. Wide receiver 1, Captain Marvel. Wide receiver 2, Phoenix Force. My defense will be Hulk. My kicker will be Aquaman, and will be coached.
And your tight end will be Deadpool.
My tight end is Deadpool because I don't think there's a better tight end that you could have. And then we coached by the legendary Wolverine.
All right.
Actually, no. Can I instead of Wolverine, can he be Old Man Logan?
Sure. I will allow that.
Okay.
My team will be coached by Professor X. And will be starring the star quarterback of the All-American Captain America. He will be throwing to Mr. Fantastic and Wonder Woman. He will be handing the ball off to the Flash. He will be getting people he will be also throwing to, and blocks will be made by the almighty tight end Thor. My defense is Galactus, the world destroyer, the planet eater. And my kicker is Thanos. And they will be called the Snap. I don't know. They will be called, you know what? They will be called the Sex Destroyers. They will be called the Sex Men. And I don't know why everything goes to sex. But, you guys, we want to know whose team will reign supreme and whose will be decimated.
I'm just going to say trying to go against Galactus is going to be a pretty tough.
You know what? The look on your face when I say Galactus is priceless. You're just like, fuck!
Like, how do you beat the World Destroyer?
He has 1 foot and is taking up the entire football field.
Yeah. Good. Your team tastes delicious.
All right. Thank you, David, for that. That gave us
David. I'm very proud of you for recommending that. That was
that was some next level shit right there.
For a while. So
all right. Next up, what we got?
Jeff from Washington. He says, "You win the lottery. What would you do the very next day? Starting with you waking up and ending with you going to bed. Let's hear your schedule of that day." Brian, have you like kind of done if we win the lottery, this is what I'm going to do kind of thing?
I mean, yeah, I guess. I've always thought more of like long term what I would do if I quit the lottery, never like what I would do that day. So, yeah. I mean, most of the time you don't wake up and knowing you won the lottery. So I would probably get up like normal and I would go to work. And I would do part of my day, and then I would go to a gas station and check my lottery ticket, and then I would do a happy dance inside the 7-Eleven, and then I'd call my wife and be like, "Hey, I just quit my job and I'm coming to pick you up. We got to drive to Olympia to pick up $50 million. And she'd be like, "Wah!" Actually, I wouldn't even call her. I would just go into my work and be like, guys, I'm rich as shit. I won $50 million. I quit. I'd get in my car. I'd drive to my wife's work. I'd go in there with like a bunch of flowers and I'd be like, "Hey, babe, guess what?" I wouldn't have flowers. I'd just be like, "Hey, babe, guess what?" And she'd be like, "What are you doing here?" I'd be like, "I quit my job. I'm tired of those fools. I decided that I could be a better man without them. I don't need to work there anymore." And then she'd be like, "What? I can't believe you did that." She'd yell at me for a while. And then we talk about what we're going to do. And I'd be like, "Psych, I won the lottery. Woo!" And then she would quit her job on the spot. We'd get in the car and we'd drive to Olympia.
I'm sure she would punch you first. And then
maybe. And then we'd probably go like and get some ice cream on the way. And maybe a hamburger. And then we'd drive and then we'd go. And then we get our money. And then we would just like sit there for about an hour and stare at each other in shock. And then I'd pay off all my bills. And then plan a month-long trip to the Mediterranean on my big yacht.
Well, I hope this is a very large sum of money.
I do like Indecent Proposal because they don't give you 50 million cash. They give you one of those big checks. So we'd have sex on a big check like they did in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope to not get like a really bad paper cut.
So that's how you spend your day?
And yeah, I'd probably eat more ice cream.
More ice cream.
And then I'd probably like watch like Netflix and chill.
To like make a bathtub of ice cream.
I'd be like, and then I'd probably like get the kids from school and be like, "Guess what? We're rich.
Yeah, we gotta keep going to school.
You're going to private school,
stay home
but I'm
play all day."
But like, I quit everything, but I'd still do the Geek Dad Report because why not?
Yeah,
I just do it in my bathrobe.
So.
What?
I said I would hope so.
Well, I'd give you $1 million, so you know. And I'd give everyone who subscribed to our channel $100,000. So you better be one of the lucky ones.
Yes. Like, we'll just pick random people that we really like.
Yeah.
Random.
Like David and Jeff. And we'd give Chris $1 million, but only if he admitted his love for Tom Cruise publicly.
Oh, I know that Chris would do that in a heartbeat.
I would get a tattoo of Tom Cruise's face on my left butt cheek for $1 million.
Chris had told me many things that he would do just to get his student loans paid off. So I'm pretty sure like $1 million we could get him to do some like.
So is that what we do with our money? We would just slowly start making people do horrible things for cash. We'd like, "Oh really? What would you do for $20,000?" All right. So what would you do?
So me, I'm pretty sure I would wake up. And I probably would have checked it the night before, so I probably would have done all of my celebrating. I know that I would not claim it, at least for 4 weeks, because I don't want anyone to find out that it was me that won. But
you would be so nervous you'd probably like crash and die in a fiery car accident.
I would have to like go out and buy like a safe. And then buy a safe for inside that safe, and then put it inside like one of those like envelopes.
I want you to know that
inside the safe.
I want you to know if you win the lottery, I'm fucking robbing you before your 4 weeks is up.
No, because
I'm gonna be like, "Hey, I got a friend who's sitting on a $50 million ticket in his safe in his house."
Yeah, and I will already have a lawyer.
I would straight jack your ass.
And I've already would have my accountant in line, and I would know how much exactly is going to be coming out.
You don't need an accountant when you buy a yacht and cruise the Mediterranean, Ryan.
And then I would put everything into bonds, and
like James Bond.
No, I would get like certificate of deposits, or maybe like U.S. savings bonds. Something like that.
Can those be stolen by your friend and / co-host?
No.
Oh.
And then I would put all of my money into an account and make sure that my kids got like a certain set aside for inheritance. that they couldn't get until they're like 30. And then I would like maybe like just pay off my house that I live in.
You are way too goddamn responsible.
And just like stay in my house.
Even your stories, even your dreaming stories are too goddamn responsible. I would spend a significant amount of money trying to get the Zack Snyder cut of Justice League released.
And then I would pay for your flight to come out here, but not your flight back. But you could come and like celebrate with me.
I said I'd give you $1 million and you won't get me a fucking round trip plane ticket. You know what? I rescind that offer of $1 million, Ryan. I'm going to give $1 million to someone who's willing to repeatedly punch you in the testicles. That's what I'm going to do. Jesus. Don't worry, your kids will be taken care of with their fucking bearer bonds and trust funds. God, you're boring. I would make a fondue of ice cream. A fountain in the middle of my house that I could have at any times. I'd find the cure for diabetes because I would totally get diabetes from all the ice cream I'd be eating.
I would pay off all the things I currently own and then not purchase new things.
Thank you, Jeff, for the question. I had a good answer. Ryan's answer sucked ass.
Well, my money would not be going anywhere, at least for the rest of my lifetime.
Oh, well, that's good, because you'll definitely need it on your fucking next adventure in the goddamn dirt. The fuck? The fuck is wrong with you? I'm rethinking our friendship.
To be honest, I would fucking go crazy with the money. Brian money, I'd be like, I go into work and be like this, like,
you know you'd have sex on that big oversized check too. Like,
yeah, and then I would be like, I'm leaving. I would like pull my kids out of school and just like go travel the world, and they can get a homeschool education of the planet.
There'll be room on my 200-foot yacht in the Mediterranean, Ryan.
Oh, I'll have another 200-foot yacht, and then I'll put rockets on the sides of mine, and then we'll race them.
Whatever. Okay. All right, thank you, Jeff, for your question. All right, what do we got next?
All right, last but not least, Christine, she wants to know, Infinity War has hit the red box. Good time to see the movie. Does she really need to watch all the other ones?
So,
first?
You know what?
I think if there's one movie you need to watch, okay, let's just say at least two. Thor Ragnarok and Black Panther. I think those are the only two you probably...
You know what, Kristen? Because you are such a valuable member of the Faithful 50, and probably our strongest female supporter, I'm going to save you the time. I'm going to give you a quick 3-minute recap of what you need to know going into Infinity War. So, if you want to watch the movies, Ryan's not wrong. You should probably watch Captain America Civil War, Black Panther, and I don't know, maybe Doctor Strange.
Or Guardians of the Galaxy 2?
Thor Ragnarok. So, you know what? We're going to skip all that. Here's all you need to know. Yeah. So, if nobody else wants to know this or spoilers, you can skip ahead for a couple minutes. But here's all you need to know. What you need to know is that Captain America and Iron Man had a falling out because Bucky murdered Iron Man's parents. And Captain America chose his friend over Iron Man, so they are no longer friends. And Captain America is now part of the Avengers. However, some of the Avengers, like Black Widow, split off and went off with Captain America, and they are currently in hiding. Spider-Man has been mentored by Iron Man, and he's an unofficial member of the Avengers, and like I said, he's Tony Stark is his official mentor. Doctor Strange has a lot of mystical powers, think Harry Potter, but with really cool things he does with his hands, and lots of cool special effects. Most importantly, though, the only thing you really need to know is that he has an Infinity Stone that is the Time Stone called the Eye of Agamotto and a necklace around his neck. What it allows him to do is it allows him to look through time, rewind, fast forward, and look at different multiple outcomes with that Time Stone. So, like I said, AKA it's an Infinity Stone, something that Thanos will be coming for. Thor Ragnarok, at the end of Thor Ragnarok, this is a giant spoiler if you've not seen Thor Ragnarok, Asgard was destroyed, and Thor's entire people, what was left of them, was shuttled off to safety with Thor on the ship. He also lost one eye and has an eye patch. That's all you need to know about Thor. Oh, and he realized that he did not need his hammer, which was destroyed. He really was the god of thunder, and he channeled the lightning himself. So at the end of Thor Ragnarok, he got a large upgrade and became a much more powerful character, lost his eye and his hammer and his homeworld. What else do we need to know? I think that's about it. What?
No, there's a group called the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy. But if everyone's seen Guardians of the Galaxy 1, you don't even need to see 2. There's a group of Guardians of the Galaxies. Peter Quill's a human. They're flying around space. They're basically like space, like Avengers, misfit Avengers is what they are. They have a talking raccoon and a talking tree.
Yes. And Star-Lord is dating Gamora, who is the daughter of Thanos.
Who is the daughter of Thanos and the sister of Nebula, who you will find out they are all play a role in this. So that is pretty much everything you need to know going into Infinity War. If you want to watch the movies, that's cool. If you watch the movie and you still have a question, feel free to hit us up, hit me up or Ryan up, and we'd be more than happy to fill you in on the rest of it. So there you go. That's everything you need to know going into Infinity War.
Get it from the Red Box.
It's a great movie. You're going to love it.
And that was it. That was all I had. Did you have any from your...
I did. Hang on. That's what I was looking at real quick. Stupid Facebook has a new thing here. Okay. All right. David, once again, wishes... he did not really question. He said he wishes we were doing this live. Sorry, David. We have toyed with the live show. There's not a format that really works for us very well, so if we can find one that does, we will. We would love to do a live show. So I will look into that a little bit more, but as of right now, we're not doing live shows.
It's just I'm on the East Coast, Brian's on the West Coast. It's hard to do a lot.
Hard. And lastly, Good Chris from Washington would like to know: do we think that Captain America would be pro-Trump? He thinks he would be. Absolutely not.
Captain America would be what?
Pro-Trump.
Oh. No.
Captain America would never build a goddamn wall. The end.
No. That's enough. We don't have to.
Well, let's see. Every single time in the Captain America movies, when somebody decided they didn't want to do the wrong thing, no matter even if they were in power and Captain America was sworn to serve them, he said, go fuck yourself, and went rogue. So I'm going to say, no, he would not be a supporter of Donald Trump.
He would not. We all know that.
And that's all we're going to say about that. All right, so everyone, thank you for your questions. There were some really good ones tonight. You guys are awesome. Thanks for coming right back after we took some time off. We can always count on you guys. We very much appreciate it. And real quick, before we get out of here, we'll give a couple quick recommendations if Ryan has one.
Yes. Play Dungeons & Dragons with your kids. I've been playing that with my son a lot. And I've been a Dungeon Master. He now has a level 4 Human Ranger. And it has been a blast. So play board games and nerdy stuff with your kids because you never know which one they're going to like. And if they do really like it, man, they might really get into it. And I have been having a hard time trying to keep up with them. So, Brian, what about you? Do you have a recommendation for this week?
I do. Sorry, I was looking up. We got a new kind of unofficial sponsor we're going to talk about in a second. I watched the new Neflix movie Extinction with Michael Pena, who was most recently in Ant-Man, and a few other people are in the movie that you recognize. But actually, a really good movie. It's an original Netflix movie. It's about a guy who has nightmares / he's seeing the future unfold. He sees an alien invasion coming. Everyone thinks he's crazy, but he thinks it's more than that. And then when the extinction event does show up, everyone looks to him and his dreams to try and help save them. Netflix originals are kind of hit and miss for the most part. We very much like Bright, but
very hit or miss.
Yeah, very hit or miss. But I just watched How This Ends, and that was really not good. For the most part, they've been kind of a little bit above made-for-TV quality, with the exception of Bright, which I thought was more of a major motion picture type feel to it. This one feels like a made-for-TV movie. but not in a bad way. It's actually a really good movie. It has some twists and turns. It only feels that way because you could tell the budget's fairly low in this. And it's only about an hour and a half. Another 20 minutes would have let this movie breathe a little bit better. Most of the movie takes place in a couple different sets, so you can see the limited budget. But that being said, the special effects look really good. The acting is really solid. And the story is really good. There's a couple twists that I did not see coming. It makes you rethink everything you thought about that movie. And it's kind of relevant to some of the times we're living now. So I really enjoyed it. I watched it with the wife, and she liked it as well. Extinction, it's free it's free right now on Neflix, so you got nothing to lose. But I would say check it out. It's really good. I really enjoyed it. So
I will try and look at it.
All right, and before we get out of here real quick, we wanted to throw out a couple things that we're working on right now. We already talked about our shows, our after shows. Check those out. We have Buckaroo Banzai, our Crap-A-Crap-Tastic. We've gotten a lot of feedback from that. It's been a lot of fun doing it, and I've had a lot of fun having conversations about the movie. We've also got a few more recommendations coming for our Crap-A-Crap-Tastic, so make sure you guys feel free to let us know what movies you'd love to see us review. This is, as always, will be a show for the people, by the people, so we'd love to do what you guys want us to do.
And we have been getting a couple more suggestions for a couple Crap-A-Crap-Tastic movies, and just keep them coming. We're making a list, and we're going to try and knock out as many of them as we can, even though some of them are.
Ryan, what is the next one that we have coming up?
Well, I think next up on the list is Kung Pao.
Enter the Fist.
God, I remember I watched that movie and I said, I don't ever want to have to watch this movie again.
Well, now you're going to save everything for the review. So we've got that coming up. We saw a lot of other reviews and stuff on our YouTube channel. So if you just watched this show, we absolutely love it. But we'd love for you guys to check out other things. We do a lot of other fun things. So all under our Geek Dad YouTube page and everything. In fact, Ryan, would you like to tell everybody where they can find all these different videos?
Of course I would, Brian. You can find us on YouTube at the Geek Dad Report and Twitter at the Geek Dad Report. Brian is Brian West 53, and I am Big Bruiser. You can find us on Facebook at the Geek Dad Report, and we are also on podhell.com. And we are also on iTunes. And please leave a rating, a 5-star one would be great. Because that helps give us a little bit more visibility. We're really close to the part where they actually start including you on a lot of analytics. We're almost there. So please, if you listen to us on iTunes, even if you don't, just go into iTunes, subscribe, give us a 5-star rating. And most of all, just leave a comment on any of those platforms, because we really like to talk to people about this stuff. And if I don't respond really quickly, Brian will. So we're both just checking everything. So, yeah.
And I would like to have a quick. We got something else we got coming up, which is pretty fun. Me and Ryan are always looking to try and get some new sponsors. We haven't anybody who actually financially sponsors the show just quite yet, but we do have a lot of people who contribute to the show. Great folks like Warner Brothers and DC and Image and Dark Horse
Disney sends me books. I got a couple reviews coming up for
Disney,
some books.
Marvel. Ryan was supposed to have a GDR book report, but he failed that miserably. I'm going to be reviewing the new book from the guy who did The Martian, Artemis. Just about done reading that book. Spoiler alert, it's pretty good, so I'll talk about that. But a new sponsor that we have for the show, somebody who's going to be a new contributor to the show, has been officially confirmed. We're going to be getting our first batch of stuff to check out. We're going to be talking about on the show here real soon. Is Hanson Toy and Gift Company. They make a lot of really cool toys. In fact, if you've ever seen them, they're the toy company that most famously does they have a deal with Warner Brothers, but they do the 3D stuff. So you can take off half the body and you can see like skeletons of a lot of the characters. So some of the stuff they've sent us is we're going to be reviewing a Catwoman, a Tasmanian Devil that you get to split in half and see what his skeleton would look like. It's pretty cool. So we're very excited to be working with Hanson, and that's something coming up. So just let you guys know we're going to be playing with toys on the show.
Ah, that's what people
I'm
want.
Excited. Yes, I'm very excited.
The best episodes are when we find stuff to play with.
Yes.
Like new quarterback Superman.
That's what she said.
Look, this is what happened. Like, Galactus all tried to eat him, and Superman still fought through that.
This is not Hanson, this is Funko, but we love toys. Brah. Pretty soon I'll be playing with my Hanson toys. I can't wait. I'm so excited. Anyway, everybody, thank you. That's the episode for tonight. That's the show. And as always, everybody, thanks for joining us. Stay awesome.
And don't forget to stay nerdy.
Yeah, what he said.
Yeah.